The resume is a tightly 1 to 2 page advertisement about you. It tells the reader who you are, what values you hold, what you've done, and what you have to offer. Since recruiters only take a few minutes to scan a resume, your task is to make sure your resume is easy to read and comprehend. The layout affects readability. Organize the information so the eye falls on sections you want the reader to notice. The most common layout is the across-the-page one. This is a straightforward top-down information sheet. The second is the 2/3, 1/3 format, where the key or vital info falls in the 2/3 section with the minor details taking the smaller column. Creative layouts get you noticed, but use them only if you need to show a creative flair. Because regardless of the layout you choose, the content is what counts. Next, choose a font that's easy to read and in a size that's comfortable to the eye. There should also be sufficient white space so the layout doesn't look too tight. You should also keep style features such as italics, underlining, bold, and the use of bullets well, so they highlight the information provided. When you use a particular feature or style, use it consistently. That is, if you bold one section header, make sure you bold all of them. This consistency makes it easier for the reader to track the information provided. The top half of the resume contains a photo and your personal details. If you already have an online presence, you should state it here. This is followed by either a personal summary, which is a condensed introduction of you, or your career objective, which tells the reader what you want to achieve in this line of work. The aim of the resume is to align your skills to the needs of the advertisement. So the bottom half of page 1 should show either skills, work experience, or education that are required of the position. You will start with your skills if you have worked in several positions in different types of companies and do not have expertise in a particular field. What you have is a set of generic skills in IT or admin that run throughout all your jobs. Placing the skills up front allows the reader to take note of the skills in other parts of the resume. You will focus on work experience as the first item if you have a track record in the field. For example, you may have been a manager for many years. You may not have formal education, but your work experience makes up for it. Your education will be the first item if you're either a fresh graduate or are lacking in work experience. For skills, note that recruiters are looking for your industry-related skills, like your ability to program software or to run lab tests or edit and film videos. If you mention soft skills such as being organized or having leadership, you need to back it up in other parts of the resume. Here, the position team lead and the descriptions of the duties, managing, supervising, planning, and negotiating, provide examples of leadership experience. Next comes your work experience. If you don't have much work experience, projects can be used to show what you've done. Write in point form. It's a good idea to condense your duties. Having a list of 15 duties makes it difficult to read. For education, mention your level of qualification first, as this is the stated requirement in the advert if mentioned. Next, state the country you graduated from if it's not from a local institution. Then state the modules you took that are relevant to the job applied for. Your grades or GPA are usually optional. You might, however, want to highlight them if you had good ones. This is especially if you are a fresh graduate. You should not mention CCAs or projects or awards or certificates here. These need to appear in separate sections. Bunching all the info under this section will require your reader to sort out the information, leading to much reading frustration. Information that is not critical to the job should be placed at the second page or in the smaller column of a 2/3, 1/3 format. Awards refer to marks of recognition given for things you have achieved. It's not given to all participants, only those who have shown great skill or made great contributions. Certificates of merit also fall under this category. A certification is an official document to show that you have taken part or passed a certain course or program. It is given to all participants and only leaves out those who have not met attendance requirements and have not passed the course. CCAs function much like work experience. They tell the reader the kind of responsibilities and duties you held. Your hobbies should be just a list of things you like to do. There's no need to elaborate on them as they are additional information. The last two items on a resume are optional. Some companies ask for your expected salary, so you should know your market rate. If it's not asked for, you can leave it out until it's asked for at the interview. If you state your salary when it's not asked for, you run the risk of either asking for too little and getting it, or asking too much and not being considered for the interview. The last item, the references, tell the reader who you know. These should preferably be people in the industry who know you. The interviewing company might call them up to ask about your experiences working with you or the kind of skills you have. So it's a good idea to contact your referees before you list them in your resume. And that's it. Just remember to tailor the information each time you reply to an ad to make sure all the information meets the requirements of the job. Good luck!